Hey, happy Friday. My God, this week has been so bizarre. This week has been like 3 months long. I had to make sure I had my earring on. I had to take my earring off to talk on the phone like 8 times today. God, I hardly ever have to talk on the phone, but of course today I did, and I'm going to tell you why that sucks. I mean, I normally don't like talking on the phone anyway. I've always hated talking on the phone. I don't like when people call me and then I have to talk to them. Something about that basic concept just irritates the shit out of me. I don't like talking on the phone. I will go out of my way to avoid it. I've never liked it. Even when I was a kid, I didn't like it. And I thought I was a weirdo. It's kind of like my fear of clowns. I thought I was the only one that was afraid of them because I had that incident the circus when I was 4. And I've been scared. I have not had any damn use for clowns since my aunt took me to the circus when I was 4. And we were sitting there having a good time. And this damn clown, how did I get off on this? This damn clown came up out of nowhere and got right in my face and said something like, "Are you having a good time, little girl?" And I'm like freaking out. Good God, and the clown is not getting the hint that, hey, this kid is not interested in whatever, stop. And it just would not leave. And I am like freaking out. And ever since then, I don't react like or anything like that. But you know what? If you're dressed up like a clown, get the hell away from me. And I know I dressed up as one for Halloween, kinda, but it doesn't really count because I didn't have that crazy ass makeup on. It's the makeup. I don't know. God, I hate clowns. And I've always hated talking on the phone, but I don't know why I don't like talking on the phone. I've just never liked it. Anyway, yeah, it's been a weird week. It's been a very bizarre week. My dad is still in the hospital. I meant to give you an update yesterday, and it was Halloween, and that kind of took up my whole night, and then I was exhausted. He actually has been transferred to a different hospital, out of the frying pan into the fire, because he was starting to get over his pneumonia, but there was a mass on one of his lungs, and they did not have really the machinery they needed where he was to really, look at it and see what the heck it was. But they thought it might have been fluid, but it wasn't going away. And they determined it was not fluid. It was some sort of mass on his lung. So they sent him, he agreed to get it checked out. Fortunately, my stepmom pressed him, and he said he would do it for her. Like, okay, I'll do it for you. So he agreed to be transferred to a different hospital that has it's like a bigger hospital with better equipment and stuff. So I didn't hear anything today, but I did talk to him yesterday. He got transferred there, okay, and he was just waiting around for the doctor to come, and he wasn't sure yet what exactly they were going to do, like what kind of tests they were going to do, what kind of diagnostic stuff they were going to do. And he didn't know when they were going to do it, so he was just kind of waiting. And they had not assigned him to a room yet, so he was kind of waiting for that too. And he said, I feel a lot better. I just want to go home. I said, well, you can't go home until we find out, what that is. We don't know. We need to find out what that mass is. And, I don't know if he was just trying to, he didn't want me to worry or whatever, or if, it was like he didn't want to worry himself, but he said, it's nothing. I'm sure it's nothing. It's no big deal, but, they want me to get it, looked at, so I'll do it, I just want to go home. I'm tired of being in the hospital, because he's been in the hospital since Sunday, like Sunday morning. So, I get it. I'd be ready to go too. I said, you can't go home yet, and plus I like the fact that he's still in the hospital, because he hasn't completely recovered from the pneumonia yet. He sounds a lot better. He definitely sounds like he is breathing better. Yeah, he sounds a lot better. But I'm not altogether upset that he's still in a hospital, just in case something happens. And I didn't hear anything today. I'm going to try to call in a little bit and just see if they found out anything. My stepmom said she would call me as soon as she knew anything, and I didn't hear from her all day, so it could be that they didn't do anything today. It could be that they're waiting for something. I don't know. I really don't know, but they didn't want him to leave the hospital. So I don't know. It's freaky, but he sounds like he's doing much better. So that's good. So that's been going on this week. It's been a really bizarre week. And then what was it? We had Halloween last night. That was kind of weird. And so Halloween, I was going to tell you about that. Halloween was weird this year. So last year we had a ton of trick-or-treaters. We had well over 100 last year. It was great. This year I might have had 50 to 60. I mean, I have tons of candy left over. I bought too much. I mean, I will admit I bought too much candy to start with, but I didn't realize how much candy I had, and I started pulling it out like, oh my God, I didn't realize I had bought that many bags. So I really did overbuy. I'm going to donate some of it to a local place that it's like a nonprofit that does stuff for kids, and they said they would be happy to take any unopened bags of candy. And I have 2 big bags in my trunk that I'm going to go drop off here in just a minute. I got to stop at Walmart first and get some stuff. So Halloween, so we didn't have as many trick-or-treaters, and that was kind of a bummer. I sat there and watched Spaceballs. I had Spaceballs playing. I was kind of watching it while I'm sitting there, waiting for trick-or-treaters. I did hand out a lot. I mean, I gave out a lot of candy. I gave out probably 4 giant bags full of candy, because we had, like I say, probably 50 to 60 trick-or-treat. I wasn't keeping count, but oh yeah, it was probably that. I noticed something interesting. It was definitely different from last year. I would say at least 60 to 75% of the kids had homemade costumes on. It wasn't like store-bought costumes. That was different. That was very different. Last year it might have been 20% had homemade costumes. This year it was, I'd say almost at least 60% had homemade costumes on. Now, it wasn't as many kids, so it wasn't as large of a sample, but I just found that interesting. Like, because I just started noticing that, like, oh, that's cool. They're making their own costumes. You don't see so many store-bought, those store-bought costumes are expensive. Oh, we got a wreck up here. Shit, it's an Ultima. Come on, man, you're making us look bad. Big Ultima energy. Why are you sitting there in the damn... What has happened? You're making us look bad. No, let's see. How many people are involved in this wreck? There's a van up here. Are you part of it, or are you just watching? I don't know what the hell's going on. Get me to Walmart. Damn. Okay. So, we didn't have as many, but it was great. I still enjoy getting to see all the kids and their little costumes, and it was cute. It was really great. I think what part of it is, well, it was a school night, but it was a school night last year too. But one thing I've noticed, at least here, you're seeing a lot more trunk or treats and fall festivals the weekend before Halloween. And I think a lot of parents are just doing that and just skipping the Halloween night stuff. Like, I am not messing with it on a weeknight. And, I got to get up the next morning. You got to go to school. I got to go to work. I don't feel like messing with it. And I get it. I mean, I would be tempted to do the same. But that may be why we're not seeing as many. Y'all are going to have to stop. You could just let me go across, but you're going to be dicks. And, well, you're not being a dick. Oh my God. Thank you. Please don't hit me. Okay. So, it may be that they're going to the trunk or treat things, the fall festivals, and getting all their candy and stuff. They're doing that instead of doing regular trick or treating. That may very well be what it is. So next year, but see, now what will happen is, and this has happened before, next year I won't buy as much candy, and I'll have like 50 bajillion kids, and I'll run out of candy by 7 o'clock. That happened to me one year. The year before I didn't have many, so I didn't buy as much candy, and I ran out really early, and I didn't feel like going to get any more, so I didn't. I just turned my light off and shut the door. Sorry. I ran out Early. Oh my God. Yeah. So then the following year I bought more and I had too much. And I never know how much candy to get. Plus, you can buy your candy in advance and then the weather's really bad and there aren't many trick-or-treaters because of that. I have had that happen as well. So anyway, I took a bunch of candy to work and I left it in the kitchen. That's one good thing about where I work. If you have leftover food of any sort, all you have to do is take it into the kitchen and leave it. And they will descend upon it like seagulls. Like, I love the people I work with, but they are like seagulls. They will just woof, and it'll be gone by lunchtime. I put out quite a bit of candy. And all the good candy was gone by lunch. You could tell what people like and what they don't like. All the stuff like Twizzlers, Warheads, the Airheads, Sour Patch Kids, all that was still in there. Nobody wanted that. It'll get gone too. It'll just get gone at a slower rate than the good stuff. All the chocolate and everything is pretty much gone. But anyway, so that was kind of a bummer. But my younger son and his friends, they met at our house and they got their costumes on. And I tell you, the most fun part of last night was, so they got dressed up, they did their costumes. My son was like some kind of special ops. I don't know what kind of soldier he was supposed to be. I don't know. I got a picture of him though. He looked pretty cool. And one of his friends dressed up as a plague doctor. One dressed up as a pimp. And I didn't get a picture of him. And I wish I had, because it was awesome. He had this pink fuzzy coat and these crazy glasses. Like, it was the best. Like, I love that. That is so awesome. And okay, one of his other friends was a soldier. So how many? And 1, 2, 3, 4. Were there 4 of them? I think there were 4 total, including my son. So they went out trick-or-treating, and then they went over to a friend's house to hang out for a little bit in the neighborhood. And so they all had a good time. They came back, and I told all of them before I left, I said, now, y'all mind your manners. Be polite, say thank you, trick-or-treat, be polite to people, okay? We'll be polite. So they came back, and they had all their candy. And they told me that, yeah, there was this one lady that tried to pat us down. She thought we had weapons or something. And then this old guy was like, aren't you too old to be trick-or-treating? And he wouldn't give us any candy, and he just shut the door. Well, some people just don't like it. I mean, the way I look at it, you could be doing much worse things. At least you're not egging people's cars. I mean, I told them the story about what happened to me, and I said, you need to be careful, don't pull pranks on people, because it can have lasting effects that you don't even know about. Be nice on Halloween. Don't do terrible shit to people. So, but then they all sat down on the floor in the living room. And it was so great, because at the same time, they all went, do you know what we got? I said, what did you get? So they're pulling all the stuff. They had like these bags, and they were pulling out their candy, and they're swapping candy. They got vegetables, and they were so excited. They said that was the best part of the night. They each got one vegetable of some sort. Like, my son got an onion. One of the other kids got an onion. One got a potato, which maybe, technically all these things are not vegetables, but whatever. Close enough. One of them got a turnip. They're root vegetables. They are vegetables. Root vegetables. One of them got a turnip. One got a baked potato. My son got, did he get an onion? I don't know, because they were swapping. So they were swapping candy, and they were fighting over the vegetables. They were more excited about the vegetables than the candy. And then I found out that apparently that's a thing that people are doing. And I don't know if it was like a spontaneous thing. I never heard of it. But this morning I was talking to another parent, and they said, my kid got a potato too. What? And then the neighbor kid got an onion, and somebody got a tomato. Like, when did that start? And they said it was just the funniest thing, because then they can go to school and tell everybody, I got an onion last night, or I got a tomato. When did that become a thing? It was hilarious. They pulled those vegetables out of their bags, and I just died. Like, what is that? Somebody did not give you that. Oh, yes, they did. Yes, they did. They gave us these vegetables. Really? And they were fighting over this one onion. They had this one purple onion, and they were fighting over it. They didn't know what the turnip was. I had to tell them what the turnip was. Oh my God, it was awesome. So, but I found out apparently that's the thing that people do. And I saw online that, so these parents, they would have this big bowl of candy and they would put like a baked potato on top of it. Some people put little googly eyes on the potato. And the kids, more often than not, would grab the potato and run away with it. I got a potato! I'm totally doing that next year. I'm going to get like some, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a bag of those little baby, the new potatoes, and I'm going to put tiny googly eyes on them, and I'm going to give them out next year. I'm going to get googly eyes and put them on potatoes and onions, and I'm going to hand them out. That is a trip. I have never heard of that, but apparently it is a thing that a lot of people were doing this year. I don't know how that got started. If I had known that was the thing people were doing, I would have totally done it. Anyway, so that was last night. And then today I had to go to the dentist. So this has been the weirdest damn week because my dad's been in the hospital. Oh, and then night before last, I went to a Halloween dance party for an hour and a half that was downtown, and I had a hard time finding it, but I finally got there. Went to a dance party, so that was weird. And then this morning at 8 o'clock, I had to go to the dentist office and get an old filling. I had this little tiny filling that I got years ago. And when I went to the dentist in October. When I was there back in April, he said, yeah, this filling, we're going to need to replace that pretty soon. It's sticking. Like he would take his little, the thing, and it would like stick, like he would poke it in the filling and it was sticking. He said, yeah, this filling, it's time to redo it. It's pretty old. We need to, get that out and redo it. I said, well, yeah. So they had an appointment available for this morning. So I'm like, yeah, I guess. And I kind of laughed when I made the appointment. I said, that's going to be the morning after Halloween. I apologize in advance because I will brush my teeth really well the night before and that morning. But if there's any candy left between my teeth, I'll floss and everything. But I'm just going to tell you now, I eat a lot of candy on Halloween night, and my teeth, may not be perfect. They said, don't worry about it. No big deal. So anyway, I was talking to the dentist when I was there for my cleaning back in October, and he said, oh, you won't even need Novocaine. It's kind of on the surface. It's really small. You'll be in and out of here. It'll be super quick. No problem. And when he said that I would need no Novocaine, it's like, Tom, just slow down. You won't need Novocaine. Like, I'll be damn. If that drill is coming anywhere near me, I'm going to need Novocaine. I can't stand the sound of that drill. Like, I just draw up like this. Just, oh, God, it takes everything in me to not just run away. I hate the sound of that drill. And then there's smoke coming out of your mouth, like, and the pressure and the vibration. Oh, Jesus, why is this a thing? So I got in there this morning and I said, were you serious about me not needing Novocaine? He said, yeah, you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. So I said, okay, but I sat there so tense. He's going, and I'm just like, he said, are you okay? Yeah. Just the sound is, you about done? Just hold on. So suction. So finally, so he said, turn towards me. And I did. And he goes, huh? Why? I got like shit in my mouth. Why? He said, yeah, well, I got all the old filling out, but it does look like, and I was hoping this would not be the case, but it does look like you have some additional decay that has happened up under there. So I'm going to have to do a little bit more work in there. I said, okay. Now he said, now, more than likely you won't feel anything. I said, stop there. Stop. You don't need to say anything else. Hup. Give me drugs. Give me the Novocaine. Give me everything you can legally give me. If you got to go back in and excavate some more, I want the drugs. I want you to numb up my entire head. Numb up my whole head. I don't care. I don't want to take a chance on feeling anything. I will pay extra. I don't care. Give me the legal limit of whatever you have to numb up my whole head. I don't even want to be able to feel my hair. Okay? And he's just laughing like, you'll probably be fine. Probably. Dude, let me tell you, I remember, this was many years ago. I didn't tell him this because he didn't care, but I'm going to tell you. Years ago, I was at a different dentist. And they had, instead of using the metal pick, to clean, they had this water-powered, it was like a high-powered water pick, to clean. And the hygienist said, now, if you feel any pain, raise your hand. Yes, ma'am. She hit a nerve right down in here somewhere. Raised my hand. Honey, my whole body came about 3 feet up out of that chair. You do not have to wonder if you hurt me. I will let you know. I just bolted straight up out of that chair. Woo! Have mercy. I said, please don't use that anymore. Please don't. Please don't. I might have said a cuss word. It really hurt. It felt like she stabbed me with an ice pick. I said, please don't use that anymore. I don't like that. I might have cried a little bit. God, it hurt. I still to this day can remember it felt like she stabbed me. That nerve, you get a nerve pain. Woo! If you've never felt that, oh Lord, you don't want to. So, no, I don't do mouth pain. I don't handle that very well. So I said, get in there with that needle. So he comes in with the Oragel and he's got it in there, like way down in here. And he's putting the Novocaine in. And it feels so weird going in. Like you feel it going into your jaw. Just, it's weird. I don't even know how to describe what it feels like. It's kind of tingly and sharp somehow. And uncomfortable. Like, so he goes in and he does that. And he pulls it out. And he waits a minute. And he goes in again like, hell yeah, round 2. And he goes in again and he puts in more. Give me all of that. I want the whole syringe. Let's go. You got to throw it away anyway. Just shoot it all in there, man. Don't hold back. So he said, all right, now I'll be back in a few minutes. We'll give that time to take effect. Cool. So I'm sitting there. And so I'm feeling like, I'm starting to feel it like, yeah, there we go. Half of my tongue is going numb. And then I started to notice that the top of my head right here was tingling, like ASMR tingles, but no ASMR. And it kept doing that. It did that for about 5 minutes. And I discovered that the tingling without the ASMR is annoying as hell. It's annoying, like, stop. It's uncomfortable. It's just a tingly scalp. And I'm wondering if I'm about to have a seizure or something. Like, why is it? I don't think I've ever had that happen before. But it was definitely like right here. So the Novocaine is here. This side of my head is tingling like the best ASMR you ever had in your life. It's exactly like that. But no ASMR. I'm sitting here. So I was a mess sitting in that chair. I was by myself. And, because the dental hygienist and the dentist left. They went to make out or something. I'm kidding. Maybe. I don't know where they went to laugh at me or something. And, so, yeah, tingly. Finally, it stopped after a while. So he comes back in there. And the dental hygienist said, now I'm going to do a cold test on your teeth here. So she took, like a swab or something and dipped it in, I don't know, something like liquid nitrogen or something. I don't know, something very cold, and stuck it on my teeth. And I could feel it just a little bit on one of them. I said, I can kind of feel it on this one right here. She said, yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. We're not doing anything to that tooth. So can you feel it on this one? I said, not at all. You're ready to go. So he comes back in and they're back at it. God, I hate that sound. So he pulls it out. And I'm thinking, oh, was that it? Nope. He comes back in like, damn it. And he's just like, I'm going to walk out of here with the damn Grand Canyon in my mouth. How much damn corrosion or corruption have you... what is going on with my tooth? How bad was it? I wish I should ask to see it. Like, can I see? Like, how bad is it? So then he comes in with this other thing that was not the drill, and it's vibrating my whole head. So then they rinse it, and he goes in and looks at it again. Every time I thought he was done with that damn drill, he would hit it again. Like, what? How? I'm not going to have a tooth by the time you get done. I am not going to have a tooth anymore. Dude. So he finally gets done, and he comes in with the whatever kind of filling. And it's awesome. I was looking at, I can't even tell which tooth he did now. It blends. He's like an artist. He's the one that fixed my son's tooth when he fell in the Walmart parking lot and chipped his tooth. And you can't even tell. Like, they fixed his chipped tooth, and it's beautiful. You can't even tell he ever chipped it. Anyway, so then he goes in with the filling stuff, and the blue light and all that jazz. And then I have to keep biting down on this blue thing. And, But then he comes back again. Here, what are you drilling now? What are you doing? He's fixing it, like finishing it and shoring it up or whatever. But my God, how much damn work are you doing with that drill? Oh my God. I was so tired by the time I left there. I just sat there the whole time, just tense, just as tense as I could be. Whew, I need like an hour of yoga or something to recover. But anyway, he finally got done, and it was beautiful. And I paid, my part was only $76. The insurance paid the rest, which is awesome. So then I had to go to work, and I had to work through my lunch hour, and I had to work a little bit late to make up for the time I spent at the dentist this morning. And, but it was funny because all the way to work, I couldn't feel anything. And I accidentally, when I was talking to the lady at the front desk while I was making my payment, I accidentally bit my tongue. And I knew that I'd accidentally bitten it, but I didn't know how bad it was going to be. Fortunately, it's fine. It's okay. But I couldn't feel, like the whole left side of my face was just completely numb. Half of my tongue was numb. It was just, I was just a mess. The half of the inside of my mouth, my jaw, everything was just completely numb for hours. When I get Novocaine, it takes forever to wear off. So I decided it would be in my best interest to not talk any more than I had to. And I was hungry, but I was afraid to try to eat anything I didn't eat anything till like 2 o'clock this afternoon because I was afraid to. I finally got most of the feeling back by about 1:30, 2 o'clock. It was not completely back to normal, but pretty close. It takes forever for that shit to wear off on me. And so I was afraid to eat anything or I did try to drink a little bit. He told me to take a couple of Advil this morning, and I'm supposed to take some more this evening to help with any kind of swelling I might have. I don't think I've had any though. But, so normally in my job, I don't have to talk on the phone very much. I can go for days and days and not have to talk to anyone on the phone, which is A-okay with me because, as I said, I hate talking on the phone. Today, though, no, everybody wanted to call Mary today. Everybody had to call. Everybody. And it was all work related. I had to talk on the phone like 5 different times. And it was all this morning, all first thing, different people, different issues. Like, stop. Because when I'm talking, I am trying so hard not to accidentally bite like the inside of my cheek or my tongue. But it sounded like I'd had a stroke. My speech was a bit slurred. I sound like I'd either had a stroke or I'd been drinking a little bit. But I had to keep talking to people. Like, this could have been an email. Why are you calling me? I have never had so many people call me as I did this morning. Oh, they were all done by the time I got all the feeling back. Nobody needed to call me after that. I didn't get another call the rest of the damn day. Good. Just stop it. So, well, I got to do my job, and I guess if people want to call, I just have to tolerate it. It's bullshit, but I mean, that's part of having a job. That's why they call it a job and not a vacation. So, anyway, I got to go into Walmart and get some stuff. You know what I want to do tomorrow? Well, I don't know if I do, but I'm going to try. to make a video. I found a recipe for homemade SpaghettiOs. And I think we're going to try it, but I need to get a few of the ingredients. I have a few, I need to get a few things that are in the recipe that I don't have at home. So I'm going to go in here and see if I can find it. And I'm going to stop by, I might go to Aldi tomorrow or something. I don't know, but I might do that if I'm up to it. It sounds like an interesting recipe, and I kind of want to try it. There are actually quite a few recipes online for making homemade SpaghettiOs. This one sounded... Honestly, this one sounded the easiest, so that's why I picked this one. This one had the most easily attainable ingredients. It didn't have anything funky in it. The pasta was the only thing that was funky, but I ordered that on Amazon, the little ring pasta. I've never seen it in any of the grocery stores around here. I mean, it might be there, but I don't recall ever seeing it. So, yeah. But anyway, so I don't know anything else about my dad. I think he's still in the hospital as far as I know. My stepmom said she would keep me updated, or my dad will. One of them will call me and tell me if anything. Don't hit me. Thank you. They were just backing up really fast. It was making me nervous. Like, I get nervous when people start backing up really fast. So if I find out anything, I'll let you know. But right now, I think we're just waiting to find out what that mass on his lung is. I mean, that concerns me a great deal. And I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I'm hoping it's nothing serious. But I can tell you now, if it's cancer and they want to do any kind of radiation or chemo, he's going to say no. And honestly, if I were 84, I would probably say no as well. I just don't think I would want to go through that at 84. I really just think I would have to say, I think I'm going to have to just call it a day. Honestly, I mean, I'm 51 and I wouldn't want to go through chemo or radiation therapy. I mean, I would, but 84? I don't know about that. But anyway, happy Friday to you. I will let you know if I find out anything else. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again soon.